proudest privilege to address you. Please give yourselves a huge round of applause. सर, आपने बहुत ही कम समय में हमें अपनी प्रेजेंस से ग्रेस किया. ये हमारा बहुत सौभाग्य है to have you amongst us. You're such an inspiration for all of us. You have not just inspired us in education, public policy, scientific leadership, the passion that you share for the entire country, especially the state of Jammu and Kashmir. You've absolutely changed the entire scenario, whether it's education, whether it's opportunity. Today, we are so delighted to partner with all the leading women and celebrate their journey. It marks the culmination of years of work. We are celebrating the launch of the Sahit report. We are felicitating women leaders. हम सब उनसे इंस्पायर हुए हैं and we have a few of them on the stage with us today. It is their journey and it is on their shoulders that we stand tall. मेरा जन्म लखनऊ में हुआ and we like to share that in Lucknow you understand the cost of opportunity. If Uttar Pradesh was a country, it would be the 5th largest country by way of population. Today, it's the culmination of the Prime Minister's vision where he said that if we have to achieve the $30 trillion economy vision for a Viksit Bharat by 2047, we cannot leave 50% of our women behind. Sir, structurally, we have made changes. In 2014, a remarkable moment happened. We have Make in India, we have Digital India. I have been truly blessed to be contributing to large parts of these mission mode programs. I also represent InMobi. InMobi, sir, is India's first unicorn. हम 2011 में unicorn बने, before it was a fashionable term. We are very happy to share with you, whether it's product, whether it's technology, whether it's all core critical functions, there are women who lead this vision. We decided to make sure that we will build from India for the world. Today, we are a double unicorn. We are present on 550 million devices. When we looked at INSA, when we looked at the clarion call of the Prime Minister, we wanted to make sure that not only do we celebrate mission mode programs, we recognize and felicitate these leaders. And it's under your vision and your leadership that you have very specific interventions which are truly making a difference, whether it's at the Indian National Science Academy, whether it is through DPIIT, the startup programs, and it's this culmination that brings us all together for our joint purpose and our joint journey. It's not the intent that is ever in question. We are very, very convinced that when 1.4 billion people decide to make sure Viksit Bharat happens, there is no power in the world that can stop us. So my heart is full. I'm overjoyed that we have all of you amongst us. You are role models. You are people I have grown up looking forward to and getting inspired from. And I couldn't be happier that we have a person like you gracing us to felicitate these remarkable leaders. It is not our day. It is your day. And I stand with all humility to make sure that we're able to celebrate your achievements and your work here today. Without further ado, I request all the dignitaries on the dais to please launch the Sahit report. And this is where, sir, we have looked at enablers for a Viksit Bharat 2050. And immediately after that, we'll start felicitating the women leaders, followed by the speech by the Honorable Minister. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
May I request all the dignitaries to kindly come forward? Shaping science, technology, and innovation policy, establishing regulatory frameworks, and enabling collaboration across industry, academia, and government to deliver citizen-centric outcomes. Under her leadership, the PSA office has operationalized key national initiatives, including the One Health Mission for Pandemic Preparedness, Livelihood Mission, National Research Foundation, City S&T Clusters, National Deep Tech Policy, and Zero Emission Trucking. Please put your hands together for Dr. Parvinder Maini. Next, we have Ms. Debjani Ghosh, Distinguished Fellow Niti Aayog and Chief Architect Niti Frontier Tech Hub. Madam is a pioneering government initiative on frontier technologies. In her role, she shapes national strategy on emerging tech such as AI, quantum and deep tech, fostering innovation ecosystem and collaborations across government, industry and academia. India AI mission. Madam has been central to advancing India's AI and digital public infrastructure agenda. She has played a key role in operationalizing the India AI mission, including scaling national AI compute capacity, enabling innovation ecosystem, and driving initiatives under AI human-centered computing and the Digital India Bhashani program. She has contributed to India's global AI engagement, including leadership in GPAI-related initiative and the India AI Impact Summit. She truly deserves this award. We now celebrate our achievers, the pioneers and change makers whose dedication, innovation, and excellence are driving transformation across diverse fleets. Please put your hands together and join me in welcoming Ms. Vartika Shukla, Chairman and Managing Director of Engineers India Limited, EIL. Dr. Rashmi Sharma, Head NCSTC Division and Shri Cell DST. Dr. Tripta Thakur, Vice Chancellor, VMSB Uttarakhand Technical University. Dr. Vinita Sahai, Director, IIM BG. Dr. Jyoti Sharma, Head Research Development and Innovation Cell DST. Dr. Ekta Kapoor, Head FFT, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Dr. Anita Gupta. Dr. Anita Gupta, Head of Scientific Division, HOD, Climate, Energy and Sustainable Technology, CES Division, DST. Dr. Anupama Singh, Joint Director, Education and Dean, ICAR, IARI. Dr. Geeta Vani Rayasam, Outstanding Scientist and Head, CSIR, HRDG. Dr. Nisha Mendiratta, Executive Director, IUSSTF, DST. Ms. Vaishali Nigam Sinha, Co-Founder and Chairperson, Sustainability Renew. Dr. Blossom Kocher, Chairperson, the Blossom Kocher Group of Companies, Aroma Magic Private Limited. Dr. Ananya Avasthi, Founder, Director, Anuvad Solutions. Dr. Uma Kumar, Professor and Founder, Head, Department of Rheumatology, AIIMS. Professor Benisha P., Executive Director, IIWM. Dr. Jyoti Sharma, Head RDI Cell PCPM DST. Aditi Chauhan, former Indian team football captain. Along with this, we have some moving to the change makers. May I request Nikor Associates? Just Jobs Network. Just Jobs Network. IWWAGE. And last but not the least, Udayti Foundation. I would also like to request Ms. Kamalji Shehrawat, Member of Parliament Lok Sabha, to kindly come and chair the dais. Please put your hands together for all these special ladies over here. They have really achieved and been a truly inspiring for India's growth story. They have created history and they are creating history again. We are truly honored to have all of your presence, ma'am.
Though I can't be as tall as these tall ladies over here in this room, still thank you for making this desperate attempt to make me appear tall. So at the outset, I have to welcome Mrs. Maini is there, Ms. Ghosh, Bhatia, and Mrs. Chaturvedi, and Mr. Sanyal. All the award winners, I owe to congratulate them. I think even though it's very heartening to be a part of this felicitation of these distinguished colleagues and ladies, what has gone relatively unnoticed over here is that while the show is being dominated by a dozen award winners, I and Mr. Sanyal happen to be just about half a dozen of males in this room. So that itself is a distinction in a way, if you take it that way. And I believe the program had been designed in another way. And since the colleague who had to be here to do these honors could not be available, so they reached out to me last evening. And we were saying कि आप short notice पे आए तो अच्छा लगा. मैंने कहा short notice नहीं, मजबूरी बन गई कि बीच में ऐसे लोग आए कि इनकार नहीं हो सका. But nevertheless, it's a privilege to be in this galaxy of women, a part of the small crowd of men. And I think this is also symbolic of the fact that we have to also get used to be led by women, because all the award winners have been leaders in their respective domains. And I sometimes wonder whether we should still carry on the curriculum, the essay writing options of women liberation and women emancipation. In fact, what is more required than that is the change of male mindset to be ready to be led by women. And all these distinguished colleagues that you saw over here, some of them personally known to me, they have made a mark for themselves. They have shown the way to others. And even globally, some of our distinguished colleagues have done the first of its kind achievements. For example, in space, our Aditya program is being led by a woman. Chandrayaan 3, the number 2 was a woman. So also over here. So I think now it's high time that we have to get used to it. And as a member of the representative of the government, it also gives me a certain amount of satisfaction in saying that this government has been particularly conscious about providing enabling milieu. As you would have seen, there is no dearth of talent there. It was possibly the opportunity was not that easily forthcoming. And for the first time, we sought to make others get used to the fact that the married knows no gender. For the first time, I think after 85 years, we have the first ever woman Director General in CSIR, though there were certain reservations from certain quarters. And those reservations, I think, are borne out by extraneous factors, not out of the reasons of merit. So gradually, as the mindset changes, I think we'll be having more and more of these hidden talents coming forth who didn't have enough avenues. Whole lot of sensitively designed provisions have been rolled out for the women in this country. In the last 1 decade, we have mid-career schemes now, because many of them, for reasons of family and social responsibility, sometimes are constrained to give up their career. But it would not be fair either for them or for us to lose out on their innovation talent. So we have mid-career entry programs now. We are also providing WISE Kiran schemes to women at different level of their education. Also women to go abroad, fellowships. Then dedicated supporting provisions for women universities. We have a program, for example, called Curie, and so on and so forth. And even what gives me a particular amount of satisfaction is that recently we started a program, dedicated program for school girls, because I realized that the level of aspiration was much, much higher sometimes in the school girls compared to their counterparts among the males. And so we rolled out this program called Vigyan Jyoti for the girls from class 9 to class 12. And when I say the aspiration level, we had an opportunity of being in a government girls' school in Dholpur. And when I was just interacting with those little girls, because it's quite an educative experience, one of them rose up and said, "Sir, I want to compliment you for having rolled out this scheme. It's a beautiful idea, but I have a complaint. And the complaint is that I am class 8. Why do I have to wait for 1 year?" So I came back and spoke to the DST secretary. So what I'm trying to say is this has also given the confidence across these sections that, look here, I can also do it. If I have the talent and I have the focus and I have the capacity to put in my best. And I think that is what is going to, and out of these startups, we have about more than 2 lakh now, 2,10,000. What is often unnoticed is that almost 35 to 40% are women-led startups who have enabled India to rise globally number 3. And almost 50% are from tier 2 and tier 3 cities, not from Delhi, Bengaluru or Hyderabad. So you can understand the democratization of opportunities by the technology, by the internet, the mobile, and also supporting milieu provided by the Modi government has given a new kind of a transformation to the entire scenario, which we see very fast evolving. I think very soon you'll also have, you'll start organizing programs to honor a few men by women, because so that they don't feel disheartened and let down and left out. And that would be actually the ideal, because as I always say, the best way to eradicate corruption is not to make the laws strict, whether it's a CVC or CBI. Best is to have the esteem of not having corruption at all. So I think the ultimate objective will be achieved when we cease to observe this Women's Day. Yes. And then realize that there's no need for it. And women themselves come forward to say that you guys better observe your day don't celebrate us. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I feel extremely honored for being conferred with this Sahit Women Achiever 2025 award. And I thank the Honorable Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, for conferring this award on me. Thank you so much, sir. I also, in fact, thank the entire Sahit team and its association partners, association. Then you have the Miranda House, University of Delhi. You have many of them, and Global Peace Foundation, yes. Right? And I'm missing on something else. No, all of them. Okay.
And INSA, of course.
Yeah, yeah. So I thank them for actually thinking of this kind of award and rewarding all women achievers who have actually broken all kind of constraints in life, the socio-economic constraints, overcome barriers and the skill gap and come forward and achieved something in life and really risen to their, in their careers. I also, in fact, would like to congratulate all my co-awardees who I feel along with me are extremely privileged because we have been selected from a plethora of achievers. There may be many down there, but we are a few who have been selected. Now, as Sir was just mentioning, Government of India has initiated several programs for the benefit of women, which are women-centric, and with a clear conscience that these awards, these programs have women constraints in mind. And as Sir was just detailing about these things, but the thing is that these awards are not well known, these schemes are not well known. We have to ensure that awareness about these schemes that government has floated is known to people. So I would suggest, in fact, to Sahit that along with the awards that you're giving to women achievers, we should also think of having some kind of awareness sessions where you can get a few of these women achievers to come and help you if they have the time and make it more, make these schemes more aware. Because there are lots and lots of schemes that government is floating every year. And a lot of opportunities exist. It's just that the women have to overcome the systemic barriers, the constraints they have in the family as well as in the workplace, and come forward and achieve. Thank you so much. I do not want to speak more because I've been given 3 minutes. Thank you so much.
I'm a huge fan of yours for the work you do in my area. The passion with which you advance the cause of science and technology, it is an inspiration. And today, to receive this award from you, I couldn't have asked for anything more than this. And I think, you said it. In your speech, I think you just said it. I think we should group up to start celebrating women in June, in April, in September, in December. Maybe we'll confuse everyone else a lot, but I think that is the need. There are awards and there are awards, but this is so special, Subi, because just when I look at all the achievers in the room and what they have done on the stage, it's goosebumps. It's so inspiring. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be part of this. And I would just say this, I think for us at this stage, success is not the recognitions and the awards we collect, but I think we have to look back and see what have we done to really make it a little easier for the next 100 women. And these recognitions, these celebrations should make the path a little bit more easier. They have to go through their own struggles, of course, but a little bit more easier for many, 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 many more women to rise. Because, in my work, what I focus on is understanding the future of technology, which is really all about pattern recognition. And when you start looking at the patterns that's playing out in the world of technology, one thing is becoming very clear. Technology is no more an enabler of power today. Technology is the axis of power. it is what's determining geopolitical influence. It is what's determining economic architecture, social architectures. So it's not just going to be enough to say we need to have more women in science and tech. I think given the role of technology in today's world, we need to have higher influence of women in deciding the trajectories of science and technology. So once again, thank you so much for this honor and congratulations to everyone in the room. Thank you.
मेरे सीनियर और भारत सरकार के हमारे मंत्री ने कहा कि इतनी बड़ी संख्या में यहाँ पर फीमेल पावर अवेलेबल है और अचीवमेंट्स ऐसी कि हर अपनी फील्ड में आप लोग बहुत बेस्ट कर रहे हैं। हम इस बात को बहुत खुशी से कह सकते हैं कि हमने ज़माने को बदलते हुए देखा है। अपनी दादी, फिर अपनी माँ और हम और हमारी बेटियाँ, कम से कम ये 4 तो साक्षी हैं इस बात की कि हाँ, दुनिया बदली है। और मैं इस बात में 2 चीज़ों को बहुत इम्पोर्टेंस देती हूँ, हमारी मेहनत, आगे बढ़ने की कोशिश और हमारे परिवार का हम पर विश्वास। क्योंकि अगर हमारे परिवार का एज अ फादर, एज अ ब्रदर, एज अ हस्बैंड या नाउ वी कैन से दैट एज अ सन, अगर हमें फैमिली से कोऑपरेशन नहीं मिलता तो मुझे लगता है कि हम कहीं ना कहीं मन में पीड़ा लेकर आगे बढ़ते। लेकिन आज हमारी पर्सनैलिटी को एक कंप्लीट पर्सनैलिटी बनाने के लिए हमारी फैमिली का बहुत बड़ा रोल है। और आज इस फैमिली में जब कंट्री के हेड के रूप में प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी काम कर रहे हैं तो मुझे लगता है उन्होंने पूरा माइंडसेट ही बदल दिया। 2014 डॉक्टर साहब तो इस पूरी जो रही है उसका हिस्सा रहे हैं, लेकिन हम भी जो स्पष्ट रूप से देख सकते हैं 2014 एक टैगलाइन थी हमारी कंट्री की जो सरकार थी उसकी, डेवलपमेंट फॉर विमेन। लेकिन 10 साल बाद आज जब टैगलाइन है गवर्नमेंट की तो वो है वुमेन लेड डेवलपमेंट। तो ये वुमेन लेड डेवलपमेंट तक जब हमारे जितेंद्र जी जो मंत्री के रूप में यहाँ पर हैं, एक पूरी कैबिनेट ने आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में जो हमारे लिए, क्योंकि मैं आपकी फर्टिलिटी से हूँ तो मैं कह सकती हूँ हमारे लिए किया, हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है। अगर उत्तराखंड की लास्ट पोस्ट पे एक डॉक्टर के रूप में एक फीमेल डॉक्टर है, आज अगर राफेल चलाती हुई हमारी एक फ्रेंड, एक बहन नज़र आती है तो ये सरकार का भी हम पर भरोसा है। तो ये बहुत बड़ी बात है। सोसाइटी में बहुत चेंज आया है और मैं इस चेंज को हमेशा एक ही बात कहती हूँ कि हमने बहुत मेहनत की है और इसीलिए इस मेहनत को सोसाइटी को उसी रूप में देखना चाहिए। सिर्फ घर में रखने का सामान न समझा जाए। मुझको अब इतना भी आसान न समझा जाए। मैं भी तरक्की का हक मांगती हूँ, पर इसे मेरी गद्दारी का ऐलान न समझा जाए। और अब तो बेटे भी हो जाते हैं घर से जुदा, सिर्फ बेटियों को ही मेहमान न समझा जाए। तो आज जो सोसाइटी में चेंज आया, वी आर थैंकफुल टू आवर फैमिलीज। जो हमारा कंट्री के अंदर चेंज आया, वी आर थैंकफुल टू आवर Prime Minister as well as the Cabinet, and the one representative is here to him so that he can convey our feelings to PM sir. क्योंकि मैं यहाँ से हूँ, मैंने इसलिए स्पीच यहाँ से दी, मैंने वहाँ से नहीं दी। तो हम आगे भी अपने इसी तरक्की की उड़ान को यूं ही रखेंगे और हमारी उड़ान को परवाज मिलेगी। इसी के साथ आप सबको नमस्कार। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
For appreciating the work I have done and recognizing me for this award. Thank you and congratulations to all of you. I would just like to mention one thing. Being female, whenever we have been tasked with some activity by the government, we should also bring that human and a female touch in it. So that while we develop any technology or any program, we need to make sure that we are taking the entire country along with that program. And with this small thing, when I was given the task of coming up with the AI mission, I also made sure that how this technology can benefit the remotest person in our country. and how we can make sure that the technology which we need to make India a top 3 country need to be made available. So with this small thing in my mind and with a lot of efforts, I think being a female, I just wanted to mention that we have to put in a lot of efforts. So we should not be afraid of putting efforts. We should make sure that whatever task has been given to us, we should take it with the fullest and we should achieve so that the entire country and every person in the country is being benefited. And I would like to thank once again for recognizing me for this small effort. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
The most important part of the ceremony. And one insight we wanted to share, very, very inspired by Dr. Maini's remarks as well and the honorable ministers. So with INSA, we are creating a Women Pioneers program. Very often, especially in Indian households, in the 8th or the 9th standard, very often girls decide which field they'll be taking up. So our mission mode program is to have more women in STEM, more girls in science and ICT. So we'll be going to every district with some of you who are our role models, and we'll be felicitating 5 young girls who are doing well in the STEM areas, and we will be having you along with the district collectors and their parents, so that we're also felicitating them for ensuring that we retain more women in science. Vartika ji, especially want to call you out. You headed the Engineering India Limited, very, very male dominated. Thank you so much for making sure that you, have not just women, but you ensure that buildings, constructs happen, and you're an exceptional leader. So we wanted to start this conversation with you. And before that, may I please request the Honorable Secretary General of ASSOCHAM to deliver a very brief, vote of thanks, because the minister has to leave. We are very, very grateful to you, sir, for making time. You're absolutely exceptional. And then the ceremony will continue.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, award winners, and valued participants. As we come to the close of this inspiring session, icons of impact, women who are rewriting the India's growth story, it is my proud honor to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to everyone who made this segment truly memorable. We are deeply honored by the gracious presence of our chief guest, Dr. Jitendra Singh Sir, Honorable Union Minister of State for Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Minister of State in the Prime Minister's Office, and Minister of State for Personal, Public Grievances, Pensions, Atomic Energy and Space at such a short notice. We are indebted to you, sir. I would also like to sincerely acknowledge Dr. Shubhi Chaturvedi, founder, Sahit, for her vision and leadership in bringing this impactful initiative to life. I would like to honor and welcome Srimati Kamaljeet Sherawat, Honorable MP, Lok Sabha, for gracing this occasion. Thank you, ma'am, for coming here. Our sincere appreciation to Dr. Parminder Maini, Scientific Secretary, Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India, Ms. Debjani Ghosh, Distinguished Fellow, Niti Aayog and Chief Architect, Niti Frontier Tech Hub, and Srimati Kavita Bhatia, Scientist G, METI and COO India AI, for their valuable perspectives and for enriching this platform with their insights. Thank you so much, ma'am. Today we have witnessed powerful narratives of resilience, leadership and innovation. Stories that are not only inspiring, but also instrumental in shaping the vision of the Viksit Bharat 2047. The insights shared by our esteemed speakers have reinforced the fact that women are not just participants in India's growth story, but key architects to its future. To our exceptional award winners, congratulations to all from ASSOCHAM. Your achievements stand as a testament to perseverance, vision and impact. You are role models for our country. Your contributions continue to inspire a new generation of leaders and change makers. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Sir, for gracing this occasion and taking out time. We are truly honored by your presence, and definitely your presence has added a new story to India's growth. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I now request all the wonderful ladies who have been the achievers today to kindly share their perspectives, because today is a celebration for you and the future for you. Thank you.
We have the limited ladies who have been awarded this afternoon. We request everyone to please take their seats. Yeah. but it is expected that when Honorable Minister is, we have to honor his presence as well. That's much appreciated. So thank you, Sahit, and thank you, the organizers, for recognizing women. It is indeed an honor and privilege to be here with you. I think women are the bedrock of growth in times to come, because it is the diversity and the innovation of all which is required for any country, especially India, to grow to the $30 trillion economy that our Prime Minister has targeted. So for each of us, it has been a journey of resilience, grit, perseverance. It has never been easy, and it will never be easy in the future as well. But that doesn't, despite that, women have always shown the resilience to break barriers and to climb to heights which even we ourselves somehow never imagined. And I think that journey will continue. So I thank once again, and I compliment all the winners who have been with me today at this stage. Engineering for us is always a challenge, and I was one of the few engineers in college. Of course, the journey has changed. There are many girls now who take up the STEM programs. And having reached here, I think, as Subi mentioned, it is our responsibility that we nurture and we bring them to a size and scale that will make us proud. So thank you very much for this really prestigious recognition, and best wishes to all the winners, and look forward to meeting all of you again. Thank you so much.
Bringing all of us here, we are celebrating each other and honoring us. And one very important point I'd like to make, Dr. Subi is the epitome of beauty, boldness, and you can see humility, all three together. We women actually have to celebrate ourselves, as we were talking about. I come from medical background. I am now heading department. I created the Department of Rheumatology at AIIMS New Delhi in 2015. And as all of us know that we have to make our mark, and what we are actually lagging behind is coming forward and talking about ourselves, that we can do it and we are doing this, which men actually do it very well. So there are a lot of things we have to learn from our male counterparts. We women, we do realize that whenever we do big, we'll have to face the resistance, and not cribbing about it, that's inevitable, because men also face it. And we are good at doing anything. I would say this, even there are scientific data which says then when women do a project, they bring humanity to it. It goes for medicine also. When women treat a patient gets better faster. There's a study. I'm not saying this at my own. So with these words, I would like to congratulate everyone out here, and thank you so much once again, Sahit and Dr. Subi Chaturvedi, for this wonderful opportunity and honoring us. Thank you.
And I am also the first Vice Chancellor of Uttarakhand Technical University. So 2 firsts are with me, and this first also. So I always say that we don't want any kind of reservation. We just want equal opportunity. Please give us an equal opportunity, and we will prove that we are very good, because we are multitasking, we are compassionate, and we provide at this very difficult time in the world where everything is very complicated, we provide a different perspective in front of the society. Because women always never work for their name and for earning money, but they have a deeper insight to work for the society. So this gives them a unique way for approaching any kind of problem. And with Subi, I know she is supporting women, and even for the very, very remotest area of Uttarakhand, we are working for STEM education for school children. And I'm sure with all this kind of motivation and support, we'll do something very good so that 50% of population will work for the Viksit Bharat 2047. Thank you so much.
I represent the teachers and academic administrators very clearly. In a nation of 1.4 billion, where the median age is 28, and close to 70% of the population is under 35, people like us should not rest. Because, yeah, I really, truly believe it, and that's the reason, because I have always felt that this time, if we don't scale them up, sorry, we cannot blame the Britishers. We cannot blame any foreign power, and the blame squarely will be definitely on our shoulders. And which is why I take a lot of pride that yes, IIM Bodh Gaya, which is in the backyard of the nation, though in a very spiritual town called Land of Enlightenment, is yes, indeed the largest IIM in the country. Largest in terms of what matters, because we are touching about close to 1,600 lives. And what made my day is meeting a young girl like you. Sorry, I'll call you a girl. Which is why, because technology, yes, I've always felt that this time around, we really need to catch it tight. And this 50% population cannot rest. So let's gear up with young girls like you as role models who have done it in Mobi. I was looking for where is that girl, so today good I have met you. And yeah, let's make the difference. And when 50% joins, I think nothing can stop us. And yeah, I am a firm believer that we don't need a Women's Day to celebrate ourselves. Every day belongs to us because we represent 50%, and that to the better half. Great. Thank you, Subi, for doing it with all your energy. Thanks.
All the organizers of getting this award. This award is not only an award, but a remembrance of our strength, our confidence, and whatever we are trying to do for this society. With this, I would like to share with each and everyone that whenever we reach that stage then where we can help other women, I will just like to request every woman, please try to become a mentor or try to become a role model for other women, because there are a lot of opportunities which everyone can avail. But where are we lacking? We are lacking because most of the women are not getting their mentor and role models. So these two things are very much necessary, so every woman, girl child can come forward and become a part of this success and this remarkable journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I now request Dr. Geeta Vani Rayasam to kindly come forward and share her perspectives to us.
Good afternoon, and firstly, thank you to the organizers and Subi especially for putting together this event. I'm deeply humbled, and I think very often those of us who are scientists in administrative roles, I think we are not recognized often, but I think this is a great opportunity because we sacrifice publications and many other recognitions and do the back-end work to so-called. So I think this is really a very nice recognition, and it gives us motivation to do even better. Like one of the other awardees said, I think this will really give us, not that we are waiting for the award, but and we continue to do that, but I think this is a motivation, especially for young women, to see that other women are being recognized. And a lot has been said about women in STEM, and I think we are seeing a lot of progress, like the women enrollment in STEM has increased, but still the pipeline is leaky, and we don't see enough women at the higher positions. So I think while there are many schemes which are attracting women, we are not retaining them. So I think we need to shift the focus that, you know, whoever has taken up science, they are interested in the first place. But then how do you retain them in the long journey? Because still, like somebody talked about Nobel Prizes or even our own Indian awards, we hardly see women. I think we really need to work on schemes which pushes them further in the pathway of career. And I will be very happy to contribute to the scheme you talked about, going to every district. I think we need really wonderful schemes like this at the grassroots level, because many times, like Dr. Maini also mentioned, there's not much awareness. of the schemes and what is the government is doing. I think much more needs to be done, and we'll all be happy to help this group of women to take it forward. And again, thank you for having me here.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. And my special compliments to dear Subi, who is advocating women empowerment in a real live manner to all of us. Though your platform is in second year only, but the way you are celebrating and bringing all the people, dignitaries together is remarkable. And I know your other activities as well for women empowerment. So first of all, I would like to convey my thanks to Sahit, Associam, and other partners who really thought of this important initiative. I am calling it important because we are women and it is for us. And you know, feeling that we are doing something and you are terming us as achiever. But I feel it's not to achieve something we did, whatever we have done. It's only with the feel or sense of responsibility. We feel within our heart, maybe the kind of grooming, the kind of education we have received, and the kind of, I will say, we call it sanskar from our parents, from our teachers. That has led us to think of something that, you know, we are doing things sincerely. That is one word I want to say for women. Women means we are all committed and sincere. And that only shows the remarkable result which has culminated or now talked as achiever, which you are seeing. Each and every woman is achiever in their own way, I feel. Maybe if it's a housewife, she's also achieving so many things. And we as working women, as scientists and entrepreneurs, you really brought blend of all the fields here, Subi. And we really feel that everyone is doing many things for the society in their own manner. And we are one among those lucky women who really entered the scientific field. And there we got immense opportunity to work on various programs which were already mentioned by our Honorable Minister Sir and Pravinder Mani Ma'am and all others. And I will not speak much because if I start telling about the programs, there are many, many things. But one thing I would like to certainly say that what initiative you are thinking about women and girl, I think all of us are all here. Whenever you need us, just tell us, we will be available. And again, my congratulations to each and everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Subi. Thank you to the team. And I can only see the awardees here. So I'll just make very quick remarks. And I think I'm one of the, probably the youngest in the lot. Growing up, one of the biggest enablers was, and I think that needs to be awarded, that I was never made to feel like a girl. So my parents saw me as an individual. So when I used to grow up, I used to be like, kya women empowerment ke bare mein kya baat karte rehte hain? I don't see any barrier, probably because I never met with one when I was growing up. And when I was getting married, my friends and family told me ki jitna kaam karna hai kar lo. I was with the Harvard Center in Mumbai, and my husband's from Delhi, and they were like, jitna kaam karna hai kar lo, because fir to shaadi ho jayegi. And the same thing happened when I was pregnant, and I now work with the Ministry of Women and Child Development on the National Nutrition Mission. Again, somebody told me कि अभी pregnancy में जितनी पढ़ाई करनी कर लो, एक बार बच्चा हो जाएगा, तब तो इतना कर नहीं पाओगे. But it turned out to be otherwise. And I have only 3 people to thank that for. One, we should acknowledge the role that our families play. And good husbands make for very, very good working wives. And also the support staff. Now that I'm into a caregiving, now that my child is growing up, I feel the kind of support staff that we have, and those kind of conversations need to be made, that on a day-to-day basis, who looks after your child once they come back from school? Because mummy comes back home at 6 p.m. And so those conversations are important. Conversations around caregiving are important. Conversations about the role of men in your life is important. And the role that your family plays in not supporting you, but just letting you be the way you are. I think that itself is a big privilege. And then finally, since I work in Poshan Abhiyan, I've realized life is not the same for everyone, but a shout out to those 14 lakh Anganwadi workers. We are just, as we speak, shooting a day in the life of an Anganwadi worker. And when I see that perspective, that an Anganwadi worker who gets up in the morning, cooks for her children, looks after an ailing mother-in-law, and then sets out for work at the Anganwadi center, of course, every story is different, every story is diverse. And when we talk about women in workforce, whether it's a community health worker here or somebody sitting at Niti Aayog, I think every woman's journey is different, important. It's not easy, but maybe conversations around social support, around support of family, caregiving, the support staff that we have should be mentioned. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much. I definitely would like to thank Sahit, Asochem, and especially Subi for this opportunity. In fact, I feel privileged because I am a field scientist, and I have always felt that the area which I chose, that is the waste management, is not a glamorous job. And having been awarded in this field, this is the third or the fourth such awards, but I would definitely like to mention that or reiterate whatever our Honorable Minister mentioned, that soon we should not have these women awards, and it should, in another 5 or 6 years, we should always see that there are enough women, that is the 50% of women, who will be seen as representing in all the fields just for merit. So I definitely wish also Sahit for this important activity that you have taken up, because I know how it feels to be on the, even in the rural areas, and see and inspire girl students to come up and take this position, especially in STEM. And I think this is definitely a very noble cause, and I am definitely there for you. And through INSA and IVA, I would definitely like to contribute in this noble cause, and hope very soon we will see many women in all the fields. So I have come through last 30 years where mostly I used to be a lone woman, but today I see a lot of women in many fields, and I hope this will then change to having women everywhere, representing everywhere, and achievers in all the fields. Thank you so much, and thank you for this award. Thanks.
I would like to thank Dr. Subi for creating this platform, because it is not only to recognize the work which is being done by the women, it is also to celebrate them, whatever they are doing with dedication, to celebrate their achievements. So this is a very good platform, and I am honored to receive this award. And I would like to mention that in past 1 decade, the Government of India has been doing a lot of initiatives, and there has been an increase in the number of women in the workforce. Also, 1.56 crores of women have joined the workforce in past 7 years. And the employment rate of women have also enhanced from 22% to 40% and from past 2017 to 2022-23, so which is a remarkable change. And but such kind of platform like Sahit, which they have created, this creates the role models for the young aspiring women to look up to the women who have already contributed to this in their respective fields. So this is a very, very important platform and a very noble cause, which will create more and more opportunities for the youngsters. And because many of the time when women are, we say that when women are not coming out in the workforce, can be because they don't have the opportunities, they don't have the, for leadership you require talking to each other, networking platforms. So this provides us the opportunity also and the networking platform. So thank you, Subi, for creating such a platform. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Vaishali Nigam Sinha to kindly come forward and share her perspectives with us. Srimati Vartika Shukla.
We are at the fag end of the event, almost. First of all, thank you for this recognition, the platform Sahit, and the champion of that, Dr. Subi, and all the associate organizing partners for this event. This has been second award in a span of 10 days for me, so it feels really great. So, having worked in Department of Science and Technology for nearly 3 decades at the intersection of technology, innovation, entrepreneurship, incubation, and now more aligned with the climate change, clean energy and sustainability, it feels really great to have contributed to various national missions, and these are the two pressing problems, climate change everyone knows, and why energy security becomes very critical in the current geopolitical situation. So needless to say, this is a very important domain which was provided to me by my department. But in any role where really women need to prove themselves and create a mark for themselves, I see that women cannot have it all. We cannot have it all. So therefore, we need to prioritize. We need to create adequate support system to really justify, do the justice to the work which we have been assigned, and also build some sort of flexibility and take care of oneself as well. I think if you are able to synchronize and create a balancing kind of environment, we can really contribute well. And I think there are certain domains where women are underrepresented. We need to identify and bring women at the helm and recognize them. We were privileged because we were brought up in a very progressive family and society. We have not seen, as other speaker also had said, that we didn't face much of a barrier or hurdles in our progression, in our journey. But there are some, many women we need to identify who are not really given adequate chances to pursue their dreams, careers. So whether it's in a STEM or whether it is in other domains or area, I think a body like yours would really do a great job in sensitizing the larger masses, families, and bring women to that kind of platform where they could take advantage and contribute to the national development and overarching ambition of Viksit Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shikha. And thank you so much, Dr. Subi. I'm sorry I could join late, but I'm very happy that I could be here. So that was my worry, that I should not miss this very prestigious event. So now is the time, Dr. Subi, I always feel, and that, you know, awareness is there, the schemes are there, the environment is there. The only thing right now is just to facilitate, you know, facilitate. And when we are talking about the SDGs and the gender equity and all, so it does not say only and only women, it is a gender equity. So a balancing kind of gender neutral environment wherein everyone is working in a very enabling and a positive environment. That is what should be reflected. And when people like us are now getting an opportunity to give more and to create a sense of this gender neutrality, and I think this is the way society is going to move towards what we say as the main goal. So goal is always there. जैसा कहते हैं कि लक्ष्य सामने है और उसकी तरफ हम बढ़ते रहें, and that is a consistent thing. So there will never be a perfection, there will never be a perfect 100 score, but always we have to move towards that, irrespective of whichever gender we are having, right, you know, in this human life. But having, you know, the form of woman, I really feel fortunate that that Almighty instilled in me those kind of value systems that we have to give, and that sense of giving probably is one that we have to nurture in our coming generations of both genders. That is going to make a change.
So another thing, you know, I always feel, and I say to even while I'm taking a class of the budding and the future researchers, I always say that, you know, first of all, I address the male students particularly when there is something that we have to create more and more opportunities for women. That first of all have nurtured that respect for the other gender rather than thinking that this is what we can do and this is what they can't do. So rather than focusing on that, let us focus on what is to be done. So just recently on 12th to 14th March, just sharing with all of you, we concluded with Global Conference for Women in Agri-Food Systems. Because when Honorable Prime Minister of India is focusing on that there is a need to focus on the skill development towards Viksit Bharat, and then being an agrarian economy, the road to that primarily goes to through the rural livelihoods, and in that the agri-food systems play a very big role. And in that, if we look into again, you know, dissection of the percentage of the young women, young population who will be actually taking over the future leadership roles, the majority of them are the women who are there in the school-going age. So we have to, from all sectors, I think, there is a need to focus on that age and to then nurture them towards, you know, skilling them, because entrepreneurship is something which is, you know, holding the key towards that developed economy and all. And in that, be it, you know, medical sciences, be it the engineering, technology, even the basic sciences, even the humanities, arts, or applied and the translational sciences like the agriculture and allied domains. This section of population we all must target in some or the other way, either directly or through the joint partnerships. So any one of you, all of you are welcome to visit IARI. I invite all of you to have discussions over cups of coffee and look forward for the partnerships to contribute towards Viksit Bharat. Thank you very much.
Thank you. With this, we conclude this segment of the program.